Writers Association, and amongst other organizations like right now, the big thing, we're all getting these emails, and I'm going to volunteer to be a part of a committee that specifically is addressing regulation around AI right now, because we're in a really pivotal moment in our history. I mean, talking about what Mary Shelley kind of hit back when she wrote Frankenstein, that was post the Industrial Revolution. She has set essence, you know, through her science fiction horror, basically expressed the fears of, you know, us playing God with science and what that can do to our, you know, the human condition and our experience here, you know? And then later, of course, you know, the people that kind of contributed to the science and everything are trying to destroy the thing they created. I think of our Terminator movies and, you know, all of our stuff. I mean, this is the first time in human history, I think we all have to recognize this, that we've created something that can create itself, okay? And that is something we cannot even begin to speculate as to what the consequences are going to be, because exponentially we don't really know where that's going to take us. And so this group and this volunteer organization right now, they're all trying to go back, because in Europe right now, all of our IP rights basically allows us to be writers professionally, what allows us to be artists professionally, that if we don't have regulation in place, whether it be metadata on the IP when it goes on the internet, or some way of tagging this stuff to prevent it from just being taken, when you're using ChatGPT and these other things, you're essentially able to take anything from this system, this data set, and you're able to take other people's IP and store it, and it just gets amalgamated in this thing that gets regurgitated as other stories. So essentially what that means is we're stripping the capability of being able to finance or make money doing creative things. That's what's happening. So if we do not regulate that or jump in and say, as people, we want to do something about it, our world will flatten and basically crumble. And I think, you know, not to be dire, and yes, there's the tools we could use and we should learn to use them, but I think we have to recognize the real serious stuff that's happening here. And Hollywood's knowing it, because I've worked in it, and that's why there's, the first time in over 60 years, there's a strike on 2 unions. You know why that's happening? Yeah, because it's gonna take 2 people to make a movie in like 3 years. Now, how do you have a union that supports the labor force that does that, right? So it's a really fascinating time, and I do think we have to dive in, and every one of us here has to educate ourselves as to what this means, because I know organizations around corporate America are using it constantly right now. And our medical records and our data and information is all going into this data set. And then we're gonna start feeding the loop and believing our own bullshit, so to speak, if I can say that. You know, when white papers and press releases all get put into that data set, and now we take it back as truth. Right. Those are called hallucinations.